Hello Libra, thank you for coming back. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. If you're new to the channel, thank you for coming and joining me. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. This is a general reading, so aspects of it may apply to you, or it could apply to somebody in your environment, or somebody that you're dealing with at the moment. So overall, we have quite a bit of fire in your chart, quite a bit of energy in your chart. It's what is bringing in for you is, I think overall, this is kind of a theme. Bottom of the deck is fire element desire. So a lovely card to be having. Basically a fire has been lit. All right. So this is about getting started, a fresh start of some kind. But it's going to be giving you courage. If you were needing courage to take a step or do something, this is going to bring it for you. But it's really going to fire you up. Look for quick. There are going to be quick changes coming for you. They could be quite dramatic. Movement. It's all about passion as well. So you could be very passionate at this time, in whatever form that is for you. But this is very much a wake-up call, an epiphany for you. This is a call to action. Time to get going now. You're going to transform something to make it better. You're going to have courage to take it further. So you're transforming something. You also are required to act assertively in some way. So act assertively, get up front with somebody, put your cards on the table, be honest. Speak from the heart about that. You could also be subject to other people around you who don't really have an understanding of what is going on in your life. They may try to give you advice, but it won't be good advice because they don't know you. They don't really understand the situation very well. You could also be dealing with ego issues, whether this is your ego or other people's ego. You may have to deal with that as well. But the overriding influence is getting fired up. You're going to have the courage. There are going to be quick changes coming for you, and movement, which is going to, you're going to be feeling very passionate about whatever is going on in your life. But it's very much a wake-up call. Then in the first house, we have Jupiter Abundance. Lovely card to be coming in for you. So with this lovely energy coming in, you've got the support of Jupiter as well. So Jupiter coming in for you in your first house. This is the house of yourself, how you do things, how you're moving forward in the world, your personal independence. It's also yourself, your physical self. It's what you're projecting to other people, to the world at large, but it's also your appearance. So how you look, your physical body, your vitality, your life force. It's also what other people see when they look at you. So that's going to be your personality, your characteristics, or just your demeanor at this time. So this is very much everything to do with the self and your physical body and so on. And with Jupiter coming in, this is a lovely card to be coming in. So in some way or shape or form, you're going to be having a breakthrough of some kind. It's a lucky break. Jupiter is all about that. So abundance coming in for you in some way. So there are lots of, abundance can be many things. It can be support. It can be friendship. It can be money. It can be love. It can be divine intervention. Whatever is abundant, and it's going to bring it to you right now. So you could be receiving relief from very difficult circumstances which you have been passing through, or it could be a rescue of some kind. It could be an injection of faith and strength which you need to carry you through various things. It could be happiness. This card also brings in generosity, so you could be feeling quite generous and magnanimous, or you could be on the receiving end of that. But it's about doors opening as well. So things that were kind of blocked before, the doors are opening now. So good fortune, whatever that means for you, good fortune lining up for you. As I said, it could be divine intervention as well. Perhaps you've been waiting for something, a sign or help or assistance or some kind of intervention, and literally this card can bring it in for you. blocks that you have been stumbling on or facing will just fall away or be removed. You could be receiving a gift of some kind, but it's a very positive influence. You may also be getting purpose. Maybe you're feeling more purposeful at this time. Something suddenly becomes clear for you, and now you can follow that with great energy and enthusiasm. Just be careful with this card that because of the wonderful energies coming in, it can actually be sort of overwhelming, the good vibes, and you feel sometimes that you can just sit back and let things unfold by themselves. No, with Jupiter coming in, even though you are receiving and you're in a mode of receiving, however you're going to receive, you do need to steer your ship. You still need to be in charge. You still need to be anchoring whatever blessings are coming to you with this card. So you've got to anchor them down. This is not a time to be coasting or be careless. Or lackluster or just lazy. You need to harness those energies and harness the goodness that's coming to you and actually anchor it down. The other side of Jupiter as well is you're having such a good time that it can lead to weight gain. Okay, so just be aware of that. This card does kind of lead on into the second house. The second house is your house of income, how you earn your income. How your income comes into you. It's also the house of your self-worth and your values. So this is your what you value in yourself, what you value in others, and your possessions and your ownership of things. It also covers real estate, land, property. That's all covered by the second house. So with Pluto transformation, literally Jupiter is going to give you the energy and the means. And now with Pluto in your second house, you need to transform. So somewhere in this house, something needs to change, okay? And only you have the power to transform that. And in order to have the power to do that, Pluto is going to give you that power, okay? So you have the ability and you have the chance now to transform your desires. So what do you really want here in the second house? What do you want? What is it you're really aiming for? So once you've identified that, then you can transform your desires or existing structures to suit you now going forward. So because you're going to have this kickstart, you've got a kickstart coming in here, you've got the means to achieve it. So now what are you going to do with this energy? It could also be with Pluto, things come up from under the ground, or things that are hidden or under the surface start to rise up with Pluto. So you could be seeing or experiencing or having hidden feelings or hidden things rising to the surface, things coming to light. It could be anything really. It could just be feelings that you're having, or could be perhaps an insight that you have about something. It could also be secrets and intrigues rising to the surface. Something could be coming out. But this card also does kind of govern money matters as well. So you're going to be, just be careful with things like taxes, all right? Any kind of money matters, dealing with that, and also taxes could be coming in for you. So just be careful, because with Pluto, it's a very powerful card. You can have endings and beginnings, and you can have losses and wins with this. So it's also about you exercising control. Perhaps you are now getting control of your income. Perhaps you are improving things, or you have the opportunity to improve. You could also be renewing or regenerating something in the second house. So it could be income. Perhaps it's another form of income which you used to have, now it's coming back to you, or you're regenerating something. Or it could just be the ending of something and something new coming in for you, because Pluto can do that, all right? But there are issues around control and manipulation and power struggles, or just struggles in general, or power. So make sure you're exercising your control and your power properly, and it doesn't become manipulation. You may also, with this card, as I said, endings and beginnings are very much strongly indicated with Pluto. You could be making way for new things. So if you've got a room full of chairs and you want to bring in a new chair, you have to take one of those chairs out. All right. So that's kind of the energy of Pluto. Something needs to be removed so that you can bring the new things in. It could even be that you're transforming something for a relocation, because the second house does cover land, property, real estate and so on. So there could be a relocation of some kind coming up for you. As I said, endings and beginnings, something is transforming. And what do you really want here? What do you really want in the second house? Then in the third house, we have Capricorn IUs. Third house is everything to do with communication. So this is written, verbal, online, body language, any form of communication. It also covers contracts and documents as well. So, and also short journeys. So a short journey is like a local trip, all right? And it could be to a mountainous area. Perhaps a trip to sort of a mountain area is going to be beneficial for you, but it's earthy as well. So now with this card, Capricorn is very much a business-oriented card. It's about harnessing your resources. So what it's saying to you is you need to be resourceful at this time in all forms of communication and with any documentation or contracts that you may be involved with right now. You need to be resourceful. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be very well prepared, and you need to know, your facts and your figures and so on. This card is about harnessing your contacts and your networks. Any influential people that you're going to be meeting at this time, you need to be able to harness them in some way. So this is about meeting influential people and bringing them into your contacts and network circle, because they're going to be influential in your life as well. This card is very much about making headway with things, moving forward. You're very ambitious with this card. It's about goal setting. You need to be determined and be very set in what it is you're going to do, and one step at a time. It's not a fast-moving energy, this. It's kind of slow-moving, but it's one step at a time. Think about the goat climbing the crags of the mountain. They're very precise, and they know exactly what their next step is. That is very much Capricornian energy. But business, structure, systems, and moving up in the world is very much a Capricornian trait. It's also about hard work, putting your shoulder to the wheel. It's also about status and reputation, which is going to be improving for you with this card in this house as well. You're going to, with Capricorn, you're going to receive great results from efforts that you've made in the past. So whatever you have been working on diligently, whatever you've been sort of toiling away at, can yield very good results under this Capricornian energy. You could also be getting an outcome or news, since this is the house of communication. So an outcome or news could be coming to you at this time. Judging by the surrounding cards, a bit of a mixed bag. Very good on one hand, and the other side is about transformation. So something that is coming to you out of this outcome is going to require you, as I said, to be in control and be in your power, and to be transforming certain things that are going down. In the fourth house, we have Sun Spirit. Fourth house is the house of your home and your family. So it can be your physical home, the actual structure, or where you are currently residing. It can also be the atmosphere in the home, the people in your home. It's also about your relationship with your family. So this is your ancestry, your ethnic identity, your foundation, your roots, everything to do with that. Some people have a very good relationship with that part of their lives, and some people don't. So it really is about that. But with the Sun Spirit card coming in, it's a very, very positive card, really positive card coming in for you. So your home base or your family structure is going to be shining under the rays of the sun here. So you can expect positivity, strength and power coming to you at this time, or in this house. You may be asked to take the lead in some way. You are very influential now with this, and inspirational as well. You're going to be feeling good. Happiness is around. You could be feeling extremely passionate right now. And it could also be that you're having a second chance of some kind come in for you in your fourth house. So it could also be just literally something to do with the actual physical home. So you could be buying new things for your home, or it could be decor related. But it's, you've got confidence now, you've got the chutzpah to achieve it. And so bringing the new things, whether it's redecorating or changing something in your home. It could also be that you are feeling very generous. or you are on the receiving end of generosity. It could be that you're entertaining quite a bit in your home as well. But there's laughter there, there's enjoyment, sort of entertaining and parties and so on. The summer months, there may be a party that you're planning or some kind of event which is coming up for you, which involves, it's going to be it's a good one that's coming up, and you're going to be involved in that in some way, shape or form. Then in the 5th house, we have your destiny. 5th house, this is the house of children, your children or somebody else's that you're associated with now. It's also the house of creativity. So this is your brand, your individuality, your originality, your way of doing things, and your method of expression, how you express yourself. It can also be artistry if you have artistic talents. Not everybody does, but we all use our creativity. Okay, it's also the house of recreational activities of all kinds. So whether this is a sports activity or some other kind of activity, but it's fun, recreational or pleasurable activities, things you really enjoy. This house also has a speculative aspect to it, so another activity could be gambling, and it could also be interest in the stock exchange or stock market. So now your destiny, this is a destiny card coming in for you. So whatever's coming up for you in your 5th house, you kind of just have to deal with it. It does have quite a bit of stress and pressure around it, this card, but I think what it is saying for you in your 5th house is that you're going to be sorting out what is working and what is not working for you in this house. So whether it's a sports activity that you're doing, or whether it's an issue you're having with your children, or it could be the 5th house also rules love affairs. Okay, so whatever it is for you, or whether it's to do with your own particular method of expression or what it is you're working on, it could be a project that you're working on. But you're going to be sorting out what is working for you and what is not working for you. You're going to be making decisions. You're going to be making decisions to create something better. So it's either decisions or you're making arrangements for yourself. These are purposeful decisions or purposeful arrangements. But this is coming from your inner self, because you do know what it is you have to do. So forget about what other people are saying or their opinions or their whatever's going on with them. It's likely that at this time in this house you will have no support and you will not really get much advice, because it's purposeful for you to follow your own path right now, to decide what it is you need to do right now. So do what is right for you. Follow your own intuition and guidance at this time, because you're going to be plodding through a few stressful circumstances. You may just have to be weathering a few difficult circumstances, but it's about finding your own way of doing things, and you may have to work alone, or you may have to be doing something alone. So it's like kind of like a pioneering almost. You may have nobody else around you at this time who's doing what you're doing. It could also be that you need to do things in privacy at this time as well. You may just feel a little bit out of step with others, like you're just not on the same wave as them. But divine timing is at play with this card. Divine timing over everything in the 5th house. So you may have to make some sacrifices as well to get where you need to be, but trust in the universe, trust in destiny, and trust in divine timing to get you where you need to be. Then in the 6th house, we have lunar eclipse change. 6th house is the house of work, workplace, work colleagues, your work routines, and it's also mastery of your craft, whatever it is that you do or specialize in. It's also the house of health and diet and lifestyle, and also the house of pets. Okay, so with lunar eclipse change coming in for you, no getting away from it. Change is coming. Change is coming in this house. So it's abrupt or unexpected change coming for you. It could also be something that you were aware of, but you couldn't quite see the shape of it, or you weren't sure how to handle it, but it's kind of got a bubbling over energy. It's now bubbling over. Things are coming to light. This is an inevitable and necessary change, which is going to move you into a better place at the end of the day. But it won't feel like it when you're in the mix. In that washing machine, it won't feel like it. You're going to feel uncomfortable. If you have been in a comfort zone or in a rut, you're going to be out of that. This is going to force you out of that. If you have just been thinking about something or aware that a change needed to be made, well, it's coming front and center for you now. So it could just be that you're needing to adjust. You're needing to adjust to what has happened. So you will be feeling uncomfortable until you have adjusted to what has occurred. Memories could be coming up for you. So the past, how things were to how they are now. Take your wisdom and your insight from the past, but don't live there. You need to move forward with this card. So you could also be having a sudden awareness or a new perspective or a new attitude to something, or you could be having a revelation, all right, a revelation about something in this house. It could wrap up and be complete within 6 weeks, or it could unfold over a 6-month period, but it's following there's a moon cycle involved here. Anything you lose during this process, anything that you lose, will come back to you in a better form later on in the cycle. All right. So don't fear what you're losing during this period. So however it applies for you, whether it's work related or health and diet and lifestyle or pet related, however this is coming in for you, there are changes on the horizon. You're not going to be able to escape them. They're going to come for you. And the best thing to do is to stay calm and observe your attitude around these changes that need to be made, because that will determine everything. And in some cases, it really is just your attitude that needs to change, or you may have a sudden awareness or a brand new perspective about something. And it's that turmoil that you go through until you find your way, until you find your feet, which may occur right now. Then in the 7th house, we have Aries, I am. 7th house is your house of relationships. So this is your close personal one-on-one relationships. It can be a love relationship, or it could be a business partnership, or some other relationship which is one-on-one and is personal, very personal to you. So with the Aries card, this is another energy card coming in. It's another fiery card. So you've got this coming up periodically. You had started with the fire element. You've got the sun in your home. You've got Jupiter, which is going to give you a jolt of some kind of blessing. So in your relationship, whether it's whatever your situation is, it's going to be asking you to push forward with something. So you can push forward on this, whatever it is in your 7th house. So 7th house is often about committed relationships or making somebody permanent in your life as well. So it's a kind of a commitment, or it could be just the coming together in a deeper love commitment. But it's not, this is the next step after the love affair. All right. So the best way, yes, push forward, not too hard though. But this isn't about force. This is about measured action. That is going to be the best way to harness the energies of Aries, because it's a very powerful energy. It's a very fiery energy. And if it gets out of control, you can run amok. All right. So it's measured action. Go after what you want. So set your sights on who or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in your 7th house. If it's a person, go after what you want. There must be no game playing, no nonsense. So this is open, honest, no game playing, because that will not serve you well. You need to be ready for action, okay? Because whatever is going to come in for you in this house is going to be fast-paced. There's going to be changes. So it's fast-paced. You need to be ready for action. You're going to be very, very fired up. You're going to be very passionate about this person or about what it is that you're trying to achieve in this relationship. Take the lead as well. Take the lead. That's going to be important. You may have to compete or defend in some way as well. There could be a challenge coming up in this house as well. A challenge that you have to overcome in some way, whether it's an internal challenge or a challenge within the relationship, or perhaps the other person is kind of, perhaps you need to win them. Perhaps you need to win them to you. That could also be a case. But it's fast-paced. Take the lead. Be assertive. It's also, you may have to cooperate as well with their needs and what is going on in their life. But take the lead in that. Consult with them and move forward. Just be careful of the other side of Aries, which can be quick temper or rash action, or falling prey to provocation of some kind. Okay, so Just, play it cool, but by all means go after with measured action, set your sights and go after what it is that you want to achieve in the 7th house. In the 8th house, we have Mercury retrograde reinvention. So now 8th house is all about sexuality, your sexuality, and also in a committed relationship. It's also about death of all kinds. So this can be symbolic death. Most of the time it's symbolic death. This can be like an ego death. It's also about rebirth or birth. So it could be that you're birthing something new, or you want to birth something new, or a new idea, or there's also regeneration coming in on the 8th house as well. But it is also, the 8th house is also about merging within a partnership. So it's the merging of your material and emotional resources into some kind of partnership, whether it's a love partnership or it's a business partnership. How that's going to get done, how that's going to gel. It's also the house of finance. So this is, insurance, taxes, accounting, banking, and also legacies and inheritances and so on. So with this card, Mercury retrograde reinvention, whatever you are planning in this house, or whatever big action it is you want to take, or if it could be a big purchase that you want to make, just wait a bit until these energies have passed. It could probably be about a week or so in the month. Sometimes it might be slightly longer, but usually about a week. And during that period, just hold off. And this is the time to rather go back to the drawing board and look at that plan again, or look at that action that you're wanting to take again, because something about it has been overlooked, or there could be a mistake or an error or a misunderstanding. Rather wait, go over it again and again, triple check it, refine it, revise it, anything with a re in front, revise, rewrite, review, anything like that, or redirect or release. Something about this energy is it's you going over it with a fine-tooth comb, getting out your magnifying glass and going over everything again, because that review phase, at the end of that, you will have a much better plan than what you had to begin with. All right. So this is a review period that you go through with this energy, but it may not be the entire month. As I said, it's probably about a week. So you'll come up with a better plan. It's going to be much better than what you had to begin with. But just avoid big purchases, signing things, big important actions, taking big actions. Just hold off on that until the energies have passed. The reason for that is that it's unpredictable when it goes like this. So you'll know when it's like this, because you'll be misunderstood or misinterpreted. Or you write an email and it doesn't get delivered, it sits in the outbox, or it gets lost. Or all forms of communication kind of go awry a little bit. They just get misinterpreted, their mistakes are made, or there's a misunderstanding, or somebody takes you up the wrong way, or, as I said, there's errors or mistakes happening, or a wrong choice even, okay? So it's a very unpredictable energy. And it can also affect your electronics and your technology, back everything up. You could misplace your keys. Vehicles perhaps need servicing, and then they've got to keep going in repeatedly. If you do have to purchase something, it may need revision, or it may need to go back in again for something because it didn't work the first time. It's kind of that energy, all right? So, but this is a very good time, as I said, to be going over your plans again, because you will have a better idea later and you'll have a better plan. Triple check everything. It could also be that people are coming back into your life, people that you've known from before, whether it's a work or some other association, somebody popping up back into your life as well. That can bring people back. Or it could even be something or someone just popping back into your life. In the 9th house, we have Grand Trine blessings. 9th house is the house of international travel, all things foreign, and interactions with that. or as I said, long distance travel. It's also the house of adventure and exploration, whether this is in the mind and physically, or whether you are actually traveling to go and do that. It's also about university education, adult education. It's about understanding philosophy, religion, and belief systems in general, or learning about them. It's also the house of law and the higher courts. Whether you're learning that or you're involved in a legal case, or maybe you work in that profession. It's also the house of teaching, publishing, public relations and promotions of all kinds. It's the house of in-laws. It's the house of seeking wisdom and truth, and also faith. It's also all your intuitive processes, and that's kind of seeking the truth as well. All of those things come into the 9th house. So with Grand Trine blessings, you can expect, in this house, you can expect an easier flow than what you've had before. So perhaps your intuition has been blocked, and you can expect that to open up now. It could also be that you've had a very difficult path of study. You know, you're at university and you've been really struggling with something. This will bring in harmony. It will bring in a good flow, an easier flow. Blocks will be removed, that kind of thing. It's also about following the path of least resistance, okay? It could be that you've been grappling with something else, or you've been busy with something, or you've been trying to publish something, or you've been, trying to teach something, and it just has been difficult. But this is going to give you easy flow, contentment, harmony. Opportunities come in with this card as well. And it can also be about completion. So perhaps you're completing something in this house as well. And this is a lovely flow. It's got a lovely energy to it. There's a very harmonious and almost like good fortune as well with this. It's got a very good vibe about it. But you could also be in the right place at the right time to pick up an opportunity or to receive something. You're going to be very well received in general. So if you're trying to launch something or do something in this house, you will be well received. But you could be also receiving a lucky break from past efforts of some kind. So something that you've, as I said, you've been toiling with and trying to work on, or you've been working on for a long period of time, you're going to receive some kind of, in inverted commas, lucky break, because it's not really luck. You've created that by your work and your efforts that you've put in, and now you get the breakthrough. With this card, just make sure that you finish what you start, okay? Because sometimes, because it's such a harmonious, lovely energy, sometimes you feel like you can just coast through things, that you don't need to put too much effort in and so on. No, you still have to steer the ship. You still have to anchor the blessings and whatever's coming in for you in this. You still have to bring it home, and you have to actually work it to make it work for you. Any opportunities that come for you, you must follow with this. So you still need to be steering the ship. You can't just coast and let things happen. It does require effort from you to actually make it work for you. In the 10th house, we have void of course, moon missing. So 10th house is your house of career, fame, reputation, your public status, authority figures, whether this is in your life personally, or it could be somebody you look up to, or it could be a guru or a teacher or a mentor, or it could be somebody you just look up to in general in the world. It also covers authoritative institutions like the law or the military or the police, government even. With void of course, moon missing, again another period during the course of the month where you're going to be in a bit of a shadow period. It might only be a few days. It could be maximum a week maybe. But normally this happens, void of course moon happens when the moon is changing signs. It goes through a bit of a shadow period. You don't have the light of the moon to reflect and show you things. So it's a quiet period. So things may not be what they seem in this house, the 10th house. So it's a kind of, this is a pause energy. This is an energy of stay as you are for now. You may be in recovery from difficult circumstances where just stay as you are for now. Things are not what they seem. It's a good time for meditation, contemplation, rest, pause. Anything spiritual is wonderful to pursue during this period, because you kind of go inward, So no new actions, no new launches. Don't undertake big actions at this time while this energy is in play. Just wait rather until it has passed, because it could be that what you aim for doesn't come off. It's a kind of a wasted effort, or you don't get the right result, or you get the wrong result. Okay, so, or no result even. So it's a waiting period until the energies have changed, but it's a very good time for contemplation and rest and pausing before you need to take your action. So just stay as you are while this energy is in play during the course of the month. It's a kind of a recovery rest period. Then in the 11th house, we have North Node, Life's Purpose. So 11th house is the house of friendships. It's the house of your personal hopes and dreams, your hobbies and your interests. It's also the house of contacts and networks, and group activities or group consciousness or group things of any kind. So this can be you in a group, like an association or a society or a club, or in a group of companies. But it really is about your larger network, and friendships specifically as well. So with North Node, Life's Purpose, this is saying that you've got very good positive karma in this house at this time. This house can also cover global things like global consciousness, or group consciousness, and also trends and things moving in society, what trends are out there. It's also social reform or social causes, that sort of thing, if those are of interest for you. But it's a very positive card. It's a karmic card. So positive karma, you may be connecting with at this time with soul family or soul mates. So these are people who you have a very sort of an instant bond with. You may not know them very well, but you have a bond with them. They just get you, you get them. You have a connection in some way. And they're going to come in now at this time to assist you. You will assist them as well, but it's kind of a mutual support, a mutual benefit. And they're going to help you in some way. So gather them close to you at this time. This card is also about discovery. You may be discovering talents that you have, discovering things about yourself. This house does cover hobbies and interests as well, and your hopes and your dreams. So maybe you're going to discover something in that, or you're going to discover something about a friendship that you have, something that's going to support you or be helpful for you. But it's also about, as I said, exploring global or group things, but also your contacts and networks, how that all interrelates, and it could be a group activity that you're involved in. Perhaps you're going to discover something about yourself in that group as well. But it's very much about right place, right time, which has come up at least 3 times now in your chart. So really, the universe is with you. It's got your back in a lot of ways this month. So right place, right time. There could be a reward coming in for you, or support. As I said, support, meaningful exchanges with others, a smoother path. Blocks are going to be lifted. And this is purposeful activities going on in this house. Very purposeful, destiny, karmic. There's growth in this house as well. So you could be growing your networks or growing your friendships. But there's potential for fulfillment with this card. Potential for fulfillment in any one of the 11th house areas in your life. Then another very nice card in your 12th house. We have a 12th house is the house of the unconscious, which does rule a vast majority of our lives. So it's your unconscious things, your hidden drives, motivations, complexes, your hidden thoughts, everything internal. It's also your deeper side, so your spiritual life. And it's about meditation, it's about mysticism. It also covers healing, service work to others as well. You may be in the healing profession or in service work to others. It could also be about solitude and reflection. If you need to go on a yoga retreat or something like that, it's very much very beneficial for your 12th house life, your internal life. It also does rule escapism of all kinds. So just be careful with that. Anything that you do too much of, any form of escapism does become eventually an addiction. And this house does rule that. All forms of addictions. It's also, this house does cover resolutions and endings as well. It's the karmic wheel, karmic lessons, everything going round, spiritual debts and so on. So it's got a very spiritual aspect to it, the 12th house. It can also be about your experiences in institutions of all kinds. So what happens while you're in there? So that can be a university or a library or a museum or a hospital or a prison. Any kind of institution. It could even be a government institution, whether you work in that or you're visiting it for some reason. What goes down while you're there and what you're learning. So with this card coming in, this is a very stabilizing card, very stable and supportive card. But it's also about growth. So something in your unconscious self, you're going to be, sort of be growing something. It's growth which leads to beauty and abundance. So you're going to be planting seeds. Nurturing. There's contemplation as well involved in this house, but it is the house of reflection. But so you could be pondering deeper things like perhaps, with this card, money matters are often a big concern. Accumulation, understanding figures, understanding what it is you want to do, or just turning things over in your mind, contemplating, planting. How can I grow things? How can I grow my security? How can I feel more secure? How can I become more stable? How can I be more practical? What is my support? How can I grow my supportive base? So creating stability is what this card is about, however that comes in for you in your 12th house. It could be your spiritual life. Perhaps you want to, create more security for yourself in that, or you maybe want to understand it a bit better. It's got very practical aspects to it, this card. So you need to understand what it is you want to do. You want to understand the nuts and bolts, how it's going to grow things for you, how you're going to create abundance for yourself, even if it's an abundance of happiness or support or joy, how you're going to nurture yourself and your wishes and what you're trying and your unconscious self. It's also very much about sensuality, home comforts, good food, relaxation, luxuries. All of these things are going to enhance your well-being and make you feel better. So all of these things may be coming in for you with the Taurus card. It's very much about that. Taurians love their home comforts, good food, relaxation, gardening, earthy activities, luxuries, and all kinds of sensual activities. They really, really enjoy that, and it's very, very good for them. And this may be very good for you at this time. Okay, Libra, I do hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. And take care, and I will see you next time.